Did you know that gambling is a $400 billion industry and that tech companies are using some of the same psychological tricks as slot machines? These companies are really motivated to keep us and our kids on their apps as long as possible because ultimately that's how they make money.
We want any tech our kids use to improve their lives, not become their lives. But the truth is that we're all pulled into our devices, and it's really, really hard to pull away. So let's talk about two key design tricks companies use to keep people hooked and how we can help teens in this context.
One trick tech companies use is removing what are called natural stopping cues. Stopping cues are like natural pause points that give us time to divert our attention and consider what we want to do next. So if you're at a movie theater and the movie ends, that's a natural stopping cue.
So clever tech designers figured out that if they remove stopping cues, we'd be more likely to just keep going. So features like endless scroll, where there's never actually an end to your social media feed, and autoplay, so the next video just plays automatically on apps like Netflix and YouTube, make it hard to stop because our devices are telling us to just keep going.
Another trick they use is called intermittent reinforcement. So often when we check our phones, there's actually not much happening, but every once in a while we check our phones, we check a notification, and there's something exciting, something interesting. Maybe it's a message from a friend or someone liked our photo. And just like with a slot machine, it's actually this unpredictability, the fact that we don't know exactly when we'll get that reward that makes our tech so irresistible to us.
So here are three tips we use ourselves and that we recommend for your family to take back control of tech.
Talk openly about the pull of our screens. This normalizes what your kids are already feeling and the challenge that all of us are facing. Teens especially hate being manipulated, so talking directly about design tricks like autoplay and notification buzzes can motivate them to take back some control. And it's also a really important part of media literacy.
Next, get some distance from the device. So we all pick up our phones instinctively dozens of times or more a day, and especially when they're close by. Encourage your teen to get in the habit of leaving their phone out of arm's reach, whether that means putting it in a drawer during dinner, in another room when they go to bed, or maybe in the car when they get to grandma's house.
Use features to set limits. I actually have a daily limit that I set for my own Instagram use. It's 12 minutes. And although I can and sometimes do just override it, my phone telling me that I reached the daily limit that I set for myself constantly nudges me towards better habits and reminds me of my intentions. So consider trying this for yourself, setting limits on screen time for a particular app and using settings like downtime, sleep, and focus. Depending on your kid, you can encourage them to set these kinds of limits on their own device, or you can actually use family pairing, which will let you, the parent, control the limits more formally from your own phone. We'll talk through family pairing and how to set it up in our video on features and settings to manage safety.
As a quick aside, you should know that some teens also need help setting boundaries, not just with tech, but with friends who bombard them with texts, FaceTimes, or snaps. So let your teen know they can always use you as an excuse, like, I'm sorry, but my parents don't let me check my phone after dinner, so I might not be able to respond right away.
Tech is designed to make us use it constantly and mindlessly. Taking back control starts by recognizing that we need boundaries if we're going to make sure that tech doesn't take over. And remember, kids are hyper aware of what their parents are doing on our own devices. So, unfortunately, a good way to encourage our kids to take control of their tech is to start doing it along with them. And on that note, let's talk about our tech habits as parents and why they actually matter so much.